All right. Here we are, the Body by Vlad show, episode 3, part 1. My name is Jon Robert Quinn, the guy who builds talk shows coast to coast. And of course, we're hanging out with Mr. Vlad Teliluyev, the founder of Body by Vlad. And you're happy for me because I got your name right, aren't you? Look at you glowing over there.
Yeah, bro, it's about time.
It's about time.
It's about time.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about exercise, something that I don't do enough of. And he's working on me to get me in shape and so forth. And I do want to briefly get into Juice Plus as well. I know we don't have it on the sheet, but I do want to get into that just a little bit. But before we get started, tell me a little bit about who is Vlad Teliluyev and what is Body by Vlad?
So basically, Body by Vlad was founded to transform our clients' lives. And it's been an amazing journey because what we've done is we've put results as our top priority. And not just to sell sessions, you know. And so what we've done is we've created a scientific approach to our program to where we're able to tailor to each client and help them achieve their results in the safest way possible and injury-free. And that, you know, we've been doing that for almost 9 years now. And every client right now is very consistent. It's not a guesswork. And what we've done is we've created sort of like an atmosphere where people come and they're going to expect to get results. So we sell them results, not training, which is much different than a conventional gym. So if somebody says, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds, well, this is what's going to take you. And so it's almost like what you're doing, you know, you're saying, what do you want to do? This is what I'm, you know. Correct. You know, I'm just here to hang out and have fun. I mean, we are, but at the same time.
Well, the hardest part about my business is I have to be the bad guy sometimes. I have to say, okay, if you don't do this, you are going to go out of business. And you have to say the same thing. If you don't do this, you are not going to lose weight.
Yep.
You're not going to get healthier. You have to lay off the cheeseburgers. You have to get up and do your exercises. You have to eat right. Like you say, you can't train a bad diet.
Out-train, yeah. You can't out-train it, you know, because I've experienced it. Mm-hmm. I've had those cheeseburgers and french fries and pizzas and things like that. But once I got a coach, she's like, nope, you can't cheat. I was like, oh, my God, what do you mean? She's like, nope. And there was boundaries, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that really developed me to that next level as a trainer as well, where it's like now I'm able to pass that knowledge down to my clients and say, look, this was going to take you. Either you're in or you're out. And once they see results and how fast they can get results, they're like, oh. I'm like, how's the meal plan? Well, it's not bad. Is it hard? No. Is it sustainable? Yeah.
Well, all you're doing is you're changing the mindset of, you're helping people understand that they don't have to jump through a million hoops. There are companies out there that advertise results, you know, no pun intended, but they, you know, they're the science isn't there. They're not giving you the actual tools. You're showing up to a gym, you're busting your hump, but then they're not actually changing the lifestyle. It's a trend. It's a fad. And you're going there and you're hanging out with your buddies. Well, what happens at the end of that 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 10 weeks or whatever the case is? What happens? Either somebody doesn't get results and they leave. Well, if their buddy leaves, what's going to happen? Well, then they're probably going to slowly start to drop out as well. Or the food choices they give you are just so unrealistic that, you know what, people are only going to eat kale pancakes so many times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What strategy do you use to get your clients results?
So we use the OPT model, and that's what I want to talk to you about. So there's 5 phases. First one is stabilization. That's like your foundation. That's where you're building off. It's like a house. There'll be stabilization, endurance, and then 3 levels of strength. And then you got power. So it looks like a pyramid. And what I base my training off of is using that model. And that model, the NASM OPT model, it's clinically researched in the NASM Institute in South Carolina, where they went in and tested this model and said, can this work for everyone? And like I said, you know, I have somebody who's 75 years old or somebody who's 18 years old, I can still train them using that model. Of course, there's going to be a lot of differences and things like that, but using that model, I can pretty much train everybody with injuries, no injuries, because it incorporates that, stabilization, strength, and then power. What you'll see in a lot of gyms is somebody's going to come in, like I'm pretty sure Natalia experienced this. She comes in there, there's absolutely no assessments to where she's currently at, and they say, "Oh, here you go work out."
Go do what everybody else is doing. I remember going to the gym with one trainer every single week, 3 days a week, and I would go in, and there were days where the trainer wasn't even there. They had somebody else training, and there would be people that were just ridiculously advanced. They were able to walk on their hands for a quarter mile, figuratively, but and I'm coming in, and I'm just kind of like this, unbalanced guy with, I'm all over the place. I can't even stand on one foot. You know what I mean? I can't touch my knees. I can't touch my toes. Yet they want me to do, all this weird stuff. Long story short, I'm sitting in the back row, completely missing the boat. And then they wonder why I'm getting spun out and losing interest.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the problem, is people just getting people into a gym, but there's no accountability or anything like that. So there's no system. They're just there to sell you training. And I've done that. I've actually went to a gym and I said, "Hey, can I get some personal training?" Right? And they're like, "Well, you're a trainer?" I was like, "Yeah, then what are you doing here?" I was like, "Well, I'm trying to get some training. Why does it matter who I am? I just want to get some training." And that
a coach needs a coach. Every coach needs a coach. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player in the world, arguably, still had a coach. So why wouldn't you need a coach?
Yeah, exactly.
To make you better.
Yeah. And so, who knows what the other trainers use? Yeah, they might learn that system, right? But do they use that? That's the biggest thing, is if they just apply, right? If knowledge without action is dead. And so, just going back to that model and studying it and reviewing it and applying it to my clients, that's how we're able to see a huge transformation in their results. And it's very consistent. It's a very consistent pattern.
What type of results should somebody expect when they come and work with you?
It depends on the person, if they're looking to build muscle or lose weight. If somebody's trying to build muscle, a couple of my male clients, then I tell them it's going to take longer, obviously. I can help you lose 60 pounds in 6 months, but you ain't going to put on 60 pounds of muscle in 6 months. And then I got to tell them, look, you ain't going to look like that guy in the magazine. I've been working out since I was 13. I'm not even that big, but it's genetics too. And it's just like, if you're trying to get that big, you got to use steroids. I'm like, look, I'm trying to give you the natural approach, and this is what your body is capable of.
Correct.
There's different body types. There's an ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph. The woman has different body types. So I tell them, look, it's like me saying, this is your strength. Let's focus on that. Let's not say, oh, this is where you have to be. It's like in the corporate world where you're here, but you're not good at this, but let's put you in here. Then you start stressing out because you can't reach that, right?
Well, it's not even that. It's the same thing with my business. Let's say a doctor comes in and he wants me to coach him on the marketing to get his practice to a better place, and I'm putting him under the plan of maybe an astronaut. Why would I put him on that plan when that's not his business?
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, and so with the OPT model, we do a lot of assessments, subjective, objective, where we figure out their PARQ form, what their daily habits are, really get inside the client's life, I should say, where we're just like, what's going on? Where are you currently at? And compile that data together and look at it from a third point of view and say, okay, this is where the person is. What do we need to do to get them from here to where they want to be, where their goals are? And I think that approach is a lot different than most trainers, because if you go to a trainer, they just want to sell you training. Yeah, they want to get you results. There's trainers that want to do that, but how much of them do actually want to, they care to and make sure that you're doing it safe?
Well, unfortunately, results aren't going to pay their bills is their mentality, but essentially, yes, it is. You keep them in the door, they will pay your bills.
Yeah.
But they're not looking at it that way. All right, so, audience, if you have been to a trainer, if you have been to the gym, if you haven't got the results that you've wanted to get, give Body Life Loud a call. 916-764-2559. Again, 916-764-2559, or visit bbvfitness.com. Again, bbvfitness.com. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and learn more. We'll be right back.